All right, if you follow decentralized finance, you know the conversation almost always boils down to one single word, right? Control. Well, today's explainer is going to unpack the promotional framework of Botwallet. It's a digital asset platform that literally promises to give you exactly that. Let's dive in and see how their source material actually positions this whole thing.
Right out of the gate, the documentation leads with this really bold promise. Your private keys stay with you. Only you control your assets. Now, that's not just a feature list, you guys. It sets the entire philosophical tone of the platform. True ownership here means absolute zero middlemen. Because in the digital asset space, ownership is strictly defined by who holds those cryptographic keys, right? So this establishes, right from the start, that control is 100% in your hands.
So to see how they aim to pull this off, here is our roadmap for today. We're going to cover the promise of Botwallet, understanding non-custodial security, 3 steps to start, exploring the Web3 ecosystem, and finally, taking full asset control. Let's get to it.
Okay, Section 1, the promise of Botwallet. Right off the bat, the docs are pitching Botwallet as this highly trusted privacy-first environment. And let's be real, in a landscape where our user data is just constantly monetized, their primary directive here is creating a secure vault before you even initiate a single transaction. It's presented as this foundational tool, basically designed to let you safely manage and interact with your digital assets completely without sacrificing your financial privacy.
Which naturally brings us to Part 2, Understanding Non-Custodial Security. Now, the absolute cornerstone of their pitch is this non-custodial architecture. We all know the drill, right? Custodial means you're basically asking a third party for permission to move your own funds. Botwallet totally flips the script. They act purely as the interface, while the actual cryptographic keys, they never leave your physical smartphone. It's guaranteeing that you remain the absolute sole authority over your digital wealth.
The source material draws a super stark line here between giving up custody and keeping it. You aren't trusting some centralized exchange and just crossing your fingers hoping they avoid a breach or a freeze. Instead, you're relying strictly on cryptographic math right there in your own hands. The documentation really uses this comparison to drive home that true security in the blockchain era is fundamentally synonymous with total self-reliance.
Moving on to Part 3, 3 steps to start. So the onboarding is designed for zero friction. It's basically create or import your wallet, secure your phrase, and add crypto to explore Web3. The docs make a point to emphasize that it's available on major app stores, which is a smart way to present this complex tech as a highly accessible process. They are purposefully transforming what can be a really daunting leap into decentralized finance into something, straightforward and familiar. But hold on, we really need to pause on step 2 for a second. Securing your recovery phrase is absolutely everything, because in a true non-custodial setup, there's no forgot password button. There's no friendly customer service rep waiting to bail you out. That phrase is your master key. You lose it, and those assets are literally gone. It's the ultimate trade-off for total control, really underscoring that profound personal responsibility that comes with managing your own financial sovereignty.
All right, Part 4, exploring the Web3 ecosystem.
This isn't just a digital vault to lock your crypto away and forget about it. The documentation actually positions this as an active gateway. You're given these integrated tools to swap tokens, utilize dApps, and execute smart contracts directly from within that secure framework. It's all about taking the assets you've already secured and putting them to work seamlessly out there in the broader decentralized web.
Specifically, the built-in dApp browser is pitched as this incredibly powerful portal directly to DeFi and NFT platforms. So instead of juggling clumsy browser extensions or bridging assets across vulnerable networks, the whole ecosystem essentially comes securely to you, all without ever leaving the app. It's designed to streamline those really complex decentralized finance interactions while totally maintaining that protective layer of self-custody.
And finally, Part 5, taking full asset control.
This all culminates into real-world action. Swapping tokens, receiving funds, hitting smart contracts, the whole shebang, all executed while you retain custody. You're participating in the digital economy without ever passing the baton to some middleman. Every single transaction and interaction is structured to ensure your funds remain totally uncompromised from start to finish.
Now, jumping into self-custody can kind of feel like walking a tightrope without a net, right? But the material notes that users aren't entirely on their own here. It highlights a support ecosystem with a dedicated blog, FAQs, and fully transparent policies.
Because let's be honest, empowering someone with self-custody actually requires a massive amount of education, so they can navigate everything safely and confidently.
Which brings us to the ultimate question posed by the material. Are you ready to take full control of your digital assets? It really challenges us to look hard at how we store our digital wealth today. Are we actually comfortable trusting third parties with it? Or are we finally ready for the ultimate responsibility and the ultimate freedom of true non-custodial ownership? It's a pretty fascinating look at the future of finance, leaving us to decide who should really hold the keys.